Hello guys, what is up? Welcome to Dexter Plays PH, and today we have a special guest coming from the Spellfire team. And as you can see on your screen right now, this project is all about a trading card game project, and it's pretty interesting because, as you know, I love trading card games. I used to play Hearthstone, I used to play Magic the Gathering, but yeah, I was very young back then, and as you know, you have to really put in some money in order to play these games way back. So right now we are in the NFT scene in the crypto world, and so the excitement comes back, and the idea of earning these digital cards and using them to earn money is just so exciting. So yeah, let me introduce to you on the show our guest from the Spellfire team. Welcome, Norbert. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience relevant to crypto, business, and maybe gaming?
Hey guys, it's very nice to be here. Very glad to be part of this interview. So my name is Norbert. I'm the community lead at Spellfire Remastered the Magic. I've been in the gaming industry for quite a few years now. Before Spellfire, I was the community lead and public relations manager at a few gaming guilds. I was also part of multiple esports organizations as a competitive player. So I've always wanted to work not just in gaming, but in crypto as well. And these past few years in the industry really made that possible, since crypto and gaming are really coming together in these past few years. And the idea of Spellfire really caught my eye. I love card collectible games, and it turned out they were looking to expand their team, and basically the rest is history. I've been working on the project since last year, and we're really gaining speed now, and I'm very glad to be doing this and sharing this information about our wonderful game.
All right, that's really awesome, and I could resonate with you, man. I myself have kinda got paid playing video games, semi-pro, probably you could call it that way. But yeah, I just love how at the present moment we could enjoy the things that we are interested in mixed together. Finance plus gaming without having
Exactly.
to be a pro gamer yourself, right? So yeah, even a regular guy could still be involved in games, in gaming, and right now it's
Exactly. Yeah. Five
opportunity.
years ago, you could never imagine it that people were gonna earn money from just playing games. So it's really an exciting time to be a part of this, and I'm really looking forward to see where the future takes us.
True. Anyway, yeah, let's move on and talk about Spellfire. What's the story behind this project?
So Spellfire is actually not a new game. It was first launched in 1994, and it was actually one of the most popular card collectible games at the time, together with, like you mentioned, Magic the Gathering and a few others. And the game was actually abandoned at the end of the 90s by the original team. And long story short, the current CEO, Ugnius Kigualis, and I'm sure you know Lithuanian names are very hard to pronounce, but just call him Ugnius. He played the game in his youth. He was a very big fan of the game. He played in tournaments, he played at school, he collected decks, cards, all sorts of things. Basically, he was very involved in Spellfire. And when he grew up, he became a businessman, and he realized that Spellfire went away. He was wondering, like, where did it go? And that's how he found out that the owners, it was actually bought by the company who owned Magic the Gathering, and it was just left abandoned. So he realized he can reimagine Spellfire and repurchase the domains, repurchase the brand name, and really just make it what it was always supposed to be, just this massive game, this massive global game, and reimagining it in this whole crypto sphere is just really making it exciting to bring 30 years of history onto the blockchain.
All right, that's pretty interesting to know, because thinking about how it just vanished, right? And knowing that it
Exactly.
was actually bought by the competitor, or I don't know what's the story behind
Yeah,
that.
exactly. That was the story. It was bought by the competitor, and they promised that they were gonna keep it updated, but they just left it alone, left it to Yeah, well, the game was actually still being played by the community. The community loves the game, even still to this day. People play the original Spellfire. You can buy cards on eBay, on various different websites, and it's still an active community. So that's why it's such a big advantage for us to bring such a long history onto the blockchain. Not like these other games who just come out of thin air and they don't have any backing behind them. We have this strong original community of real collectible game fans that are really supporting us with this idea and love the fact that the Spellfire name lives on and that it can re-emerge for another life.
That is really really interesting. Finding, it's like finding an old treasure chest, opening it like a
Exactly.
really dusted one, and finding a gem inside
Exactly.
it in the form of a game. And that's how I see Spellfire, you know. And yeah, since you mentioned this stuff, like it having this history and having this community, um you know, what made the team finally decide, okay, we're settling with this concept, let's do Spellfire? And yeah, what other opportunities did you guys see that, you know, sealed the deal? Okay, Spellfire is the way.
Well, this was an idea even before this blockchain gaming thing really took off these last few years. Ugnus really thought about remastering Spellfire for the better part of last decade, basically. The game was still being played by him and his team at the offices for many, many years. So they always had this vision of remastering the game. But when this whole blockchain and NFT thing really came together, well, the idea just really took off and it clicked, to so to say, that this is what they were supposed to do, and to really reimagine the game and to put it into the modern gamers' hands, where both old players, new players, and future players can enjoy the game all together.
All right. You know, knowing that somebody is who is leading the pack in this Spellfire project is someone who's, you know, probably given thrown his life into this part of his life into this project even before crypto. That's amazing. Anyway,
Exactly.
talking about players and gamers just like him, you know, what's the play to earn mechanics of a Spellfire?
So this is where we come to the actual modernization of Spellfire. We didn't want to just make a card collectible game. We wanted to make the collectible card game. So Spellfire Remastered the Magic really picks up where the original left off by incorporating modern gameplay features like augmented reality, NFTs, and, like you said, play-to-earn features. Well, the introduction of these elements really means that our players will have a highly immersive experience of the interesting and wonderful game that Spellfire already is, while being able to own part of the game they love and profit from its success. So basically, the cards you see on this, there are currently three types of card types in Spellfire. There are non-NFT cards, there are playing NFT cards, and there are original NFT cards. So the ones you currently see on screen are holographic, and they are original NFT cards. These original NFT cards are the most scarce and rare cards in Spellfire. There are very limited amounts of them. So, for example, you see the Fire Vibrant on screen here. It has only 100 common NFT cards. That means common is the rarity, basically, and that is the most common rarity of a card. So it only has 100, and those 100 cards will earn players revenue from the sales of playing NFT cards. And let me explain what that means. Basically, any card in Spellfire has 6 upgrade levels. It can be upgraded from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. So let's say you just buy a pack of cards that are non-NFT cards, just a simple pack, even from the store. That is part of our plan, is to have Spellfire cards available even in physical stores in real life, just like the original game. Those physical cards will be connected to the digital world by a QR code on each card's back. That means you can connect the card to your digital game and have it there as well. So you can play both on a table and on your phone or tablet or computer. It's the same card. And that card can be upgraded. Once it gets upgraded to level 4 and above, it costs a certain amount of Spellfire tokens, which are a cryptocurrency. And the owners of the original NFT card earn 90% share from the transaction of that upgrade. So let's say upgrading a card costs $3, right? A non-NFT card to a playing NFT card, that costs, let's say, $3. So the original owner would earn 90% of that transaction. So that's what, like $270, right? So it's a very simple way to earn revenue by just owning the original card. And here's the table of all the rarities of cards in Spellfire. There are in total 6: common, uncommon, rare, super rare, epic, and legendary. As you go down the list, they get more and more exclusive, more and more rare. So let's start with the common one. Just like I said, a common card has 100 original NFT cards. You can purchase the common original NFT card for $100, and there can be up to 100,000 copies of the playing NFT card. So once those are sold out, you automatically make 10 times your return on investment just by investing $100, and you can just do nothing. You can just put it in your drawer. You can just have it in your wallet, in your MetaMask wallet, or whichever you prefer, and that will passively generate players revenue once people start playing Spellfire and start purchasing these playing NFT cards. And you might ask, why is it important to purchase playing NFT cards? Well, that's the second layer of the play to earn model. By playing matches, Spellfire matches, online, on your phone, or on your PC, whatever, you will earn these Spellfire tokens if you play with NFT cards. It's as simple as that. If you own an original NFT card, that's still the same as a playing NFT card, except it has the whole part of the revenue generation that I just explained. But basically, by having a deck or just having a few NFT cards in your deck, that will earn you revenue by playing match. And there are a few specific mechanics of how that's going to happen. So for example, if you win a match, as you can imagine, you earn some Spellfire tokens. If you do some interesting combos, incredible, takedowns of enemy champions, that might give you a bonus of Spellfire tokens. And that's basically the whole idea. Is players who play Spellfire have NFT cards and earn revenue by playing matches, and the owners of the original cards, since we really wanted to stress the fact of people owning the originals. Because the whole point of a collectible card game is to have something you can be proud of, a card that's incredibly rare or incredibly valuable. Just like the whole Pokemon bubble last year. I'm sure many people are aware of that, where cards were sold for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So we really wanted to stress the fact that this NFT technology really makes us able to make these cards as exclusive as possible. And for example, a legendary card only has one original NFT copy. That means there's only one owner that will earn revenue from the sales of that legendary cards playing NFT cards. So basically, that's the whole idea.
So yeah, follow-up question. How do you get that, higher tiers? Is it like based on luck, or do you have to be a whale to access those legendary and so forth?
So there are a few different ways. So for these original NFT cards, well, we are currently in the sale process. Basically, since they're the most exclusive, we really wanted to stress the fact that players who join the project early should have the best access to them. We don't really want a whale to just buy all these cards, And so our community it's a really tight-knit community. It's everyone's very friendly. So we really do want these players to have access to them. So basically, they are already available and anybody can get them. And for the standard cards, both non-NFT and playing NFT cards, there will be a few ways to get them. So the first one is, just as in regular card collectible games, you will have decks and booster packs that players will open, and they'll find all sorts of cards in there. There are certain chances to get more rare ones. Legendary cards can be gotten in exclusive packs, or players will just be able to buy them in the in-game store, which is going to be more expensive than finding them in a booster pack if you get lucky, of course. But it really removes the whole you could say gambling aspect. We don't want people to just sit and open packs and just hope that they get something. We don't want that. That is not the play to earn model that not the card opening model we really want to have. So people will always have the chance to get what they want and build the deck they want.
Okay. So yeah, right now there are so many projects, right, coming out left and right. So what's your strategy to make yours stand out?
So basically, Spellfire really has an edge just because it's not just a crypto game. These NFTs, these crypto coins, Spellfire tokens, are really not going to be required for players to play the game. We really have, just like I mentioned, the old community behind our back. They really are supporting us. They want to play the game, and that is just not, NFTs and crypto is just not going to be required. So that automatically lowers the bar for entry. And that automatically means that we will have more players coming in than just the games that are locked behind a paywall where you have to purchase NFTs or have to hold a certain amount of tokens to play. The second thing is there are many ways to play. Just recently, we've announced that Spellfire can be integrated into metaverses. So imagine this new wave of gamers that really love the concept of VR, virtual reality. Imagine the world of Spellfire in virtual reality. That could very well be a possibility. And then, if you don't want to play it on virtual reality, you can just play it at a tabletop at home. So there's just so many ways to play, and we've managed to combine the best things of the past with the best things of the future into one complete package, into one collectible card game experience. And well, the fact that it's so versatile just really makes it appealing to all generations. It's intergenerational is the word we came up with. Whether you're a technology freak or enjoy the old ways of playing, Spellfire is just basically for everyone, and it connects all the generations together.
Awesome. Cool, cool. Anyway, since you're talking about, it being flexible, we can see here on screen BSC scan, Ether scan. So can you explain how you want to approach this? Are you gonna be, aiming to make Spellfire available to multiple chains, or
Exactly. So we really are putting a focus on meeting every requirement of blockchain users. We really are trying to give the best experience DeFi can offer. For example, a few days ago, we released a BSC version of staking for the Spellfire token. It's on tokensfarm.com, and currently the API is about 900%. So it's really still quite an amazing opportunity to get involved. And basically, Spellfire will offer multi-chain NFTs. The game is based on Ethereum, but we all know we hate Ethereum fees. There's just no way around it, right? You wanna buy something for $50, you spend $100 on fees. Nobody likes that. So our NFTs will be cross-chain. They are currently minted on Polygon, and you can buy them with wrapped Ethereum. So that automatically makes the fees super low. I believe it's not even $1 in fees if you if you make transfers on wrapped Ethereum on Polygon. And in the future, they will be available on BSC and Solana as well. So we already have partnerships that allow us to have a multi-chain token. As you can see on the screen, we already have the BSC version of the token and the ERC version of the token that allows much higher accessibility and lower fees, basically.
Okay, so yeah, that is pretty awesome because like you said, transaction fee over at Ethereum just costs a kidney and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Anyway, talking about cross-chain technology, physical existence of cards, everywhere security is still gonna be a part of it, right? Whether off-chain, on-chain, etc. So, what's your take on security and token auditing? I mean, contract auditing and token vesting, etc.
So Spellfire is audited by Hacken. You can find the audit report on their website and are on the Spellfire website as well. It's a very reputable audit company. I'm sure you know of it, and it really made sure that there are no issues with the contract. Everything is fine as it is. As for security in general, well, our CEO, Ugnus, is actually a security expert. He owns an anti-malware firm, and he's hated by scammers, I can tell you that. So basically, we really are ensuring that the project is up to top-notch security. And as for vesting, it's going to take, from the top of my from the top of my head, nearly 40 months for all the tokens to be vested. Team tokens aren't unlocked for the better part of the first 15 months. So it will really take a while for the whole tokens to be distributed. So this really ensures that this isn't just, the chart is not going to go like this. Basically, investors are having their tokens spread out over the next 2 years, basically. So we're really ensuring the longevity of the project. Spellfire is here to stay for decades, and we really want to ensure the health of the token and to protect our investors as much as we possibly can.
All right. Follow-up question, since we've been talking about tokens anyway. So yeah, how do you guys plan to sustain the whole economy?
So we have a balanced team working on the whole economy of the game. I'm sure that's pretty normal in these types of crypto games. We really need to make sure that the game is balanced, the economy doesn't run away. So we really do have experts in our team working on it, making sure that this is going to be up to par and players aren't going to be screwed out of something. Basically, we have planned NFT card burn, not original card, but like I talked about playing NFT cards, they will have some sort of burn mechanisms that will help balance out the inflation of the token once the play to earn mechanics come into effect. And it's going to be a long process, of course, but we really are looking into all possibilities of token burn, of staking, things like that, to really make sure the economy is as stable as it can be and that everyone has a fair chance of earning from Spellfire.
Okay, all right. So quick question. Speaking of tokens, do you guys have, special token mechanics, like if we buy or sell the tokens, we get taxed certain thing?
No, so there are no taxes for the Spellfire token, but Spellfire token will have a lot of utility. It is the main utility token of the game, as you sure understand, like I talked about, for play to earn, for card purchases. So just in the near future, we're going to release our own dedicated NFT marketplace, which is going to be, currently as a temporary solution, we had the cards, the original NFT cards on OpenSea, but we're going to be moving the marketplace to our own dedicated one, where we will have some sort of balance mechanics where people are going to be able to purchase NFT cards, let's say with Spellfire tokens. Those tokens are going to have some sort of mechanics to really balance out the purchases and to make sure the token is as healthy as it can.
Okay, so yeah, any other thing or example of burn mechanisms you can add, since you mentioned a while ago?
Yeah, just like I said, so we will have playing NFT card burn. Let's say the original NFT owner already earns the maximum amount that card can earn. After a few years, the time frame is still being decided, but after a certain time frame, those playing NFT cards will start expiring, meaning players are going to need to either recharging them, we could say, with more Spellfire tokens, making the original card owner earn even more tokens. And for the token, we're still deciding the best course of action. Since it's the utility token of the game, we really need to have a large supply of it to make sure the play to earn mechanics are balanced. But we're basically up to the release of the beta, and which is a few short months away, hopefully. We're still really deciding of our best course of action to see, and you can just follow our announcements to see what we decide to do with burn mechanisms on our social channels.
Okay, this is more of a question coming from a player. For example, Axie. Before, when I played it around 2 hours more or less to play and consume your energy, and you're done for the day. Here in Spellfire, do you have like a limit to the number of games a player could play, or could we play as much as we can?
You really can play as much as you want. As you can imagine, when you get a physical deck of cards, you could be playing at home for 2 days for what we care. And for the digital game, it's going to be, again, up to the player to decide how much they want to play, how much time they want to put in. And as for the play to earn mechanics, those are still, of course, being balanced. We'll see how they go, whether there's going to be a limit. But if you're an original NFT owner, that really doesn't matter to you. You can just have the card in your pocket and earn revenue, and what's better than that?
All right. Uh, about that, that original card, is it the right time to prepare now, or have have the train left us already?
Oh, the train hasn't left yet, but it is really gaining speed. Like during the last month, our social channels, for example, Discord and Twitter, grew almost 4 times. So on Twitter, just last month, we had 10,000 followers. Now we have nearly 60,000 followers. So it's really taken off. The project's really taken off. Cards are being sold. If you want to get an NFT, an original NFT card, there's still time available. Just hop onto our social channels. We'll direct you to the OpenSea marketplace. And if you want to wait a few, hopefully, weeks until we release our own dedicated marketplace and be a part of that, then again, just stay tuned and we'll let everyone know what we are up to.
All right. So yeah, just to be clear, okay, guys, in order to follow up with the important news and events, just go to these social channels. So are there any other dates that we need to take note of in order for us to prepare getting
So
to involved with Spellfire?
So currently, we're in the middle of our 10-day growth plan. Every single day, we are releasing exciting news that help the project, help the token, exciting partnerships, exciting features of the game. Just in a few days, it's a small spoiler, we're going to have actually the first showcase of the digital game, what our developers been working on. And so the best way to follow Spellfire is on discord.gg/Spellfire or at Twitter, it's at SpellfireCCG. And that's Spellfire CCG. We share all of our updates there. If you use Telegram as well, you can. It's the same handle at Spellfire CCG and at Spellfire X for the announcement channel. All of our updates get shared throughout the internet, on Facebook, on Reddit, basically every single platform you can think of. So it's really not difficult to find Spellfire. And after a few weeks, hopefully we finally release our NFT marketplace. And then as for the actual digital game, we're planning to have the alpha and beta versions in a short few months. And for the full release of the game, it's going to be more towards the end of the year. But players who want to test and want to help us, really figure out beta and to make the full game as fun to play as possible, could just join and apply for beta, and that's gonna be that.
All right, thank you for that. Anyway, just to summarize everything, can you give us like a bird's eye view of the roadmap? Since you've mentioned, the specifics, what are the important milestones and achievements that you've done already so far, and what are the future plans for us players to look forward to?
So basically, what we've already done is we have drawn over 400 cards from scratch, and these cards are just done completely from scratch. They need to be balanced, they need to be drawn, they need to be really thought out of how they're going to work in a deck. So that's really the main challenge of the Spellfire game for our game masters, for our CEO, is to really figure out the balance of the game and to draw pretty cards that people are just going to love and that they're going to be remarkable and legendary and great to have. So basically, that really is the biggest focus and biggest challenge. And for the digital game, we are currently in the process of making the alpha version. The UI is getting designed. Like I said, we're going to have a showcase soon of how the first snippet of the game is going to look like. And we've already launched the Spellfire token. We've launched it on Huobi, on Gate.io, MEXC, Uniswap, and PancakeSwap. So as you know, those really are solid exchanges, especially Huobi, which is one of our leading partners. So that really shows how much our partners have trust in the project. And we've released our NFT sales just last October. So that was also a big important milestone for us. So those are the original NFT cards we were talking about.
Okay, so Philippines is the land of a scholarship, of course. Is there gonna be scholarship here in this game wherein I could invest on cards and safely have somebody else play for me and we split the bounty?
Oh, so this is a very interesting concept. And well, if you invest in cards, like we were talking about original NFT cards, you really don't need anyone to play the game. You just have them in your wallet, in your pocket, whatever, because original NFT cards will also have a physical version, which is a beautiful holographic. So it really makes Spellfire the first game where you can have NFTs that you can actually hold in your hands that generate revenue for you. So, and as for a scholarship system, that really is an interesting idea. So we're still exploring various ideas that might work wonderfully in a game like Spellfire, where you really have people who will teach the game, who will make, let's say, strategies and guides and metas of the decks that people are going to use, the cards that are the most powerful at the current stage of the game. So that's really an interesting idea that we're going to explore, and yeah, hopefully we get some sort of thing like that ready.
All right. So yeah, here's one thing that second to the last question for us right now. What's the number one thing that excites you most in this project?
So this whole idea of combining all of the generations into one is, I think, really what hasn't been explored at all, not just in blockchain gaming, but in gaming in general. You have these games that are either made for the older generation or for the very young generation. Like strategy games are more for the, let's say, the millennial generation. And then games like Fortnite, like League of Legends, those are more for our newest generation. So Spellfire really will combine all of the generations together, because it's a strategy game. It's a quick-paced game, quick-thinking game. Things can change in a split second, so it really makes it appealing for all generations. And this connection of the physical world, the digital world, and the virtual world will really make it stand out of all, not just blockchain games, but all of gaming in general.
All right, cool. Yeah. Final message for the people who are watching us right now. I personally have enjoyed listening to the concept of Spellfire being a place wherein we could be playing digitally and still playing physically. So I'm excited. Oh, before you answer the final message for the people, if I do get, for example, the original card, that does mean I get mailed a physical card, or is it sold separately?
No, exactly. So once you have an original NFT card, when the game fully releases, you're just going to have to click a button, fill in your address, and the physical NFT card will get sent right to your doorstep, basically.
All right, beautiful. So yeah, the stage is yours. What's your final message for everybody who's watching right now?
So 2022 is going to be a huge year for Spellfire. There's really so many unique things about Spellfire that you all can find out. This interview really doesn't cover half of them. I would be sitting here talking for 3 hours if we wanted to go every single detail of what makes Spellfire exciting. So really just go to spellfire.com, learn about the game. You'll find the links to join our Discord, Telegram, Twitters right there on the homepage. It's still very, very, very early to invest. There's plenty of opportunities, either with NFTs or the Spellfire token. So exactly, there's still 900% API staking currently available. So make use of the opportunity and just see how the hype train takes us through 2022.
All right, beautiful. Anyway, thank you very, very, very much for joining us, Norbert here on Dexter Plays PH, and of course to everybody who's watching us. Always do your own research. Right now, I am so excited to have, and honored of course, to have had Spellfire being featured here in our channel, because something with a great history like this, it's just mind-blowing. The idea that I've been always been excited about talking to you guys, the merging of the physical world and the digital world and economics, it's happening. So Spellfire is an example of that. So yeah, Norbert, thank you very much, and more power to Spellfire. I'll see you again.
Thank you so much for having me. Yep, take care.
All right.